Hey, Coach. Tough one tonight. You were able to get off to a hot start early, which was what you wanted, but ultimately the Sun was able to get back into it. Coming out of that timeout, what did you see differently that was able to bring them back into the game by the end of the first quarter?
Well, they have a veteran team that's, skilled, and they have length, and, they regrouped and, made their little run. So, not surprising that they made a run. I'm a little bit disappointed that we didn't play better defense during that stretch and, squandered the lead. But I was happy that we got off to a good start, showed that we can do that, and now we just need to build on it.
And then obviously coming in, you knew that you were going to have to deal with John Quell Jones and the DeWanna Bonner, but just how much of a surprise was Natisha Heiderman's performance tonight, and how effective she was behind the arc?
Yeah, Heideman's on a tear right now. She's playing extremely well, and we didn't do as good a job as I thought we needed to keep her in check. We were very cognizant of trying to keep Bonner in check, and I thought we did a pretty good job there, but Heideman got loose, and some of that was the scheme. We didn't feel like we could treat everybody the same in the pick and roll defense, and part of that's my decision. So, she got going in part because of what we were trying to do defensively, but tip your hat to her. She's a skilled player, and she, like I said, this is not her first good game in the preseason. She played very well. So, yeah.
And then for your young players like Victoria and Kaiser, they struggled tonight. Kaiser had a nice little 5-point spurt at the end of the game. Just how were you talking to them throughout the game to keep their spirits up and remind them, to still stay in it with the deficit?
Well, that's the thing, we started out well, I thought we were focused and got good shots, and, they make their run. That shouldn't then derail what we're doing, whether defensively or offensively. And again, we didn't shoot the ball particularly well as a team. Again, we're getting good shots, but we just have to get in the gym and get lots of reps shooting the basketball, because we're a better shooting team than what we've shown. At least from the free throw line, 15 out of 16, happy about that. Couple people played, fairly well. Was happy to get Betty Hattar in there and to get her going. That was really her first game in the league. She handled herself pretty well, but overall as a team, we have to begin to shoot the ball better, and we're just struggling. I mean, Victoria Vivians, I think, is one of the better shooters, wing shooters in the game, and she's really struggling. So I can't let her get discouraged. Can't let any of them get discouraged, actually. Just tell them that, they got to stay positive, keep staying with things, and, it will get better. So that's what we're going to try to do.
And then last one for me. On nights like this, is it nice to have a quick turnaround, playing back again on Friday, being able to, sort of get some momentum for the end of the week?
No, it's not. No, I would much rather have 3 days in between games so we could, look at the film, work on some things, get better. Like, our challenge right now is every time we get on the basketball floor, whether it's practice or game, to be better. It would be nice if we had a few games or a few practices in between so we could actually address the issues that we need improving on. And unfortunately, the schedule is what it is, and it's not favorable for that. So we just have to, you don't dwell on what happened tonight, but we've got to learn from it. And we'll take some things from it that were good and some things that were not so good. And we're going to try to be better when we play Atlanta. Very early morning tomorrow, we'll get back, we'll watch film, get some shots up, and then we'll be ready for Atlanta after that.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah. LB, got one for Marianne.
Yeah. Hey, Coach. You mentioned Betty briefly. What did you like from her, and what do you think she can continue to build off of? Like I said, it's her first game, but plenty to like, I assume.
Well, this was her first game. I'm sure she felt a little bit nervous about it, but I thought she handled herself really well. I think her presence in the paint was a problem for them at both ends. She rebounded the ball pretty decently for the minutes she got. Showed her shooting touch, which she does have nice touch, and she altered some shots. So I think her presence alone makes a difference for us. Right now, we're just trying to blend different combinations of players together. I mean, when you think about it, we've got a roster full of new people, and they're learning to adjust and to play together, and that takes time. It's not going to just happen overnight. But I have full confidence in our team and in their ability to win games, and we just got to stay with things. And it's a step-by-step progress towards where we want to be. And this is a marathon, not a sprint, and we will be better, and we're committed to that. And so the next game is Atlanta. We're going to be fired up to play them in 2 days, and going to use our roster, still figuring out which combinations work best together. But I thought we had good play from a number of people in spots, and we're just going to build on that.
Hey, Kelsey, how you doing? Coming into the game, the mantra we've been hearing is getting off to a fast start. That was really important. You were able to do that, but what did the Sun ultimately do to get back into the game?
They went to their stubs right out the gate. We made that big run. Even when they made we made our big run, and they came back out in that timeout, and we still had it. But they got really solid players that can make big time plays. That's really what it was.
And obviously, you're dealing with a lot of new parts on the court, and it's going to take time to get everybody's rhythm. How do you feel like that process is going? And did you feel like there were moments during tonight's game that you sort of knew what was going on the court?
Yeah, you always got to know what's going on the court, but we recognize where we're weak at, defensively. There's no, it's not rocket science about what we got to be better at, but we also recognize, or as a player, everybody got a lot to say about outside looking in, but as a player, you got to recognize that this is a marathon. It's a hot sprint. I think we're gonna get it. I'm confident in that. I'm gonna keep working as hard as I can in division, and I think as a team we will. So we recognize where we missing the mark. We recognize that it's new, but I think that whole it being young, it gets old. So pretty soon we can't use that. We can't use that anymore.
And then Danielle had a really nice start to the game. She's been performing in her role pretty well since she got there. How has she been to you as a backcourt mate, and how do you feel like each game complement each other?
Oh, it's amazing. A lot of people, we as a team, the people we admire people like D-Rob, vetted the game, want to get our team together. She's coming from a spot too where it's like, really, really freaking good team, So we recognize that, it's gonna take a while, and I think having D-Rob and her ability to get going where she needs to also helps us. She's applying pressure early as a PG, so when that happens, we have to respond with her.
Then I asked Coach this question. She said that she prefers having some days off between games, for preparation. But on nights like this, is it nice to be able to come back Friday and Sunday and potentially get some momentum for the end of the week?
Yeah, for sure. You get a chance to flush it. Ain't nothing you can do. We play a different team in a different jersey, and we all lace up the same way. We all put on a uniform the same way. So you get a chance to kind of get it right the next time. As cliche as it sounds, it's really that simple. You can't do nothing about it.
I know coming into the game tonight, getting off to a hot start was a key. You were able to put that together. You were aggressive early. Just how does your game sort of flow a little bit when you're able to get to the basket like that?
Yeah, well, I think coming out the gates aggressive is the key. I think the last 2 games we've kind of come out a little bit slow, especially defensively. So kind of want to set the tone and get easy buckets. Getting to the rim is obviously a good start. We had a good start. I think it was 9-2. Kelsey hit some shots as well. But that's going to be important. Everybody else is coming out to score, and I think we need to do the same thing. So having a good start is going to be one of the keys to us winning going forward. We just got to continue to put it together after that.
you're not traditionally known for your 3-point shooting. You made 2 tonight.
I'm mad I shot that half court one too, messing up my percentage.
I understand though, but just for the team that this team has good shooters on it, but people are struggling. Just how important is it to still keep trusting the shot as the season progresses?
Yeah, well, I think as professionals, it's what we have to do. I remember a quote from Ray Allen when he at one time wasn't shooting it well. He's like, I'm not shooting it bad. It's just not going in. And I think that's where we are. People are getting open looks. We're shooting shots that we can knock down, and everybody knows that. So it's just a matter of time. Everybody's in the gym working on that. But again, it's not going to deter our confidence. Everybody's still going to continue to shoot those shots, and I know that they'll fall.
And then it's still early in the season. This team has a lot of different parts. You're new parts. You're one of those parts. Just how has it been for you getting the rhythm and building that consistency and that what's the word I'm looking for? It'll come to me. But
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, there's always a tough period, especially with only a 2.5, 3-week training camp of putting all the pieces together. Whether it's people being delayed from overseas or obviously just figuring each other out from being new. So, like I said, we're not going to hang our heads. We're not going to get down. It's part of the journey. And right now we just have to embrace it and know that every single day that we come in, we got to work to get better. And, we believe in each other. We believe in the system. And so we just know it's a matter of time.
And then for you being one of the vets on this team, how important, even though you're still trying to get your bearings with the team, how have you sort of embraced that leadership role, especially with players like Kaiser and Vivian?
Yeah, well, honestly, just continuing to be vocal, being a great example, coming in every day to work and just enjoying the process. I've been on a couple of different teams. I know, how it works. Obviously, there's an adjustment period for everybody. I mean, Kai's getting used to the league. Tori's coming back from injury. So it's just a bunch of things compiled together. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's a journey. We trust one another. We believe in one another. And I think that me being vocal, me keeping positive energy, high energy, my smile on my face, and just working hard is going to be the example that we need moving forward.
And then last one for me. Obviously, it's nice to have that break in between games to rest your body, film preparation. But on nights like this, is it nice to be able to look towards Friday and get that momentum?
Yeah, for sure. But we definitely have to remember how this feels. We have to remember games like this to know that we don't want to feel like this again. And yes, it's a quick turnaround, but we have to remember, like I said, how we felt moving forward, that we have to put it together. We have to put together for 4 quarters to not have the same result.
Thanks, D-Rob. Oh, and the word I was looking for was chemistry.
Yeah, I got you.
Appreciate it. I noticed throughout the game you had multiple really good hustle plays, just trying to make something happen. Is that just sort of just for this team, for some of these players to be able to get out of the slump that they're having? Do you feel like it's more just willing, or is that something that's just going to come with time?
I'm not sure of the question.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I worded it wrong. But basically what I'm asking is just like, I saw that you were trying to basically bring the game to you, like trying to, make something happen. Just what was going through your mind when you were going through those plays, and was it out of frustration, or was it just more of like you're just trying to give the team some energy?
I mean, when things are stagnant, the best thing to do is just to be aggressive, try to create something from nothing. So I get in, I just try to bring energy and play my role. So try to create some offense from our defense.
And then you mentioned roles, people are still on this team are still trying to figure out the roles, figure out how they fit with other players. Just how do you feel like that process is coming along? And do you feel like the team is starting to get its rhythm a little bit more?
I mean, I think collectively, we got some things that we need to figure out. It comes with time. We don't have a lot of practice time, so we're learning a lot of things on the fly. So it's day by day, and hopefully we just take this, try to learn from it and improve.
Yeah, speaking of practice time, you don't have much until the next game. Just what can you do in that short amount of time to, learn, watch film, or, get on the same page as you look forward to Friday?
Yeah, I mean, we can go back and look at the film of this game, but our next game is Atlanta, so it's a completely different team than Connecticut. So just to try to clean up some things that we did with this game, and try to implement them into the Atlanta game and go from there.
And then, it's still a long week. You got 2 more games. You can end on a really good note. Just how important is preaching the attitude of positivity and, realizing that by the end of this week, you could be 2-3.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long season, so can't get discouraged by losses. It's not fun losing, but at the same time, we can take some things from this and go to the next game with them. But yeah, it's a long season, so we can't hold our heads down already.